the working living wage. And the Celtic Trust have tweeted, this was a great opportunity for Celtic to be a beacon, a guiding light by saying, people who work in this stadium get paid this. You know, absolutely embarrassing, mate. It is, it's heartbreaking.
And to make it worse, I mean, in the glare of publicity, and Celtic fans have asked for it, to actually say don't vote for it. I mean,
Tommy, to be honest though, right now, see if we Stenhousemuir fans or Falkirk fans or Motherwell fans, I've not got a problem with it. And you could say, listen, I can't really afford it now, I've not got a problem. Don't be wheeling out a statue of a great man, Brother Walfred. Don't be putting out somebody who was a working class hero like Jock Stein, who worked down the mines, etc. And when you heard McIlvanney talking about on the Jock Stein special, talking about how he supported solidarity with the miners when they were out on strike, don't you dare those parasites sitting in office at the moment. And I know there's people and I know I'm probably the wrong person to do this because I've not got much time for them. But for the love of God, we're talking about people putting a meal on the table. You know, we're looking at our fans trying to organise food banks for next week up at Firhill. But for the audacity of them to say, right, this is what's going to be coming out, but we recommend you don't do this and we don't do that. What are they trying to do, mate? It's absolute. I'm appalled. And listen, anybody in that chat room that's not appalled should just chuck it. I've never been so sick, and maybe the only positive of this is maybe this will just be the wee sort of alarm bell for Celtic fans to say, right, enough's enough here. What's wrong? We're getting somebody.
I don't think it will be, but I really don't think it will be.
We're getting somebody who's getting paid just under £1 million. Now, I'm no doubt he's not worth £1 million, right? He gets paid for what he does. But for him to say, for them to come and say, oh, well, we can't really afford the current climate to pay people an extra, whatever it is. Come on, we know better than that.
I know, especially, I mean, it's made really stark when there's football players there on huge amounts of money, hundreds of thousands a week. So it's just beyond the pale that they could even have the chutzpah. It's a cheek of the devil, really, to... I mean, to
well, but Tommy, we had I couldn't call in last night, but we've just had young Calvin Miller, who's actually from Old Street in Castlemilk, being named as the best player in the world this year, born in 1998, right? Now, if that's a local product we're producing, seems like that's flying from Clark around the planet. How can we know that we did in the 50s and 60s and get more scouts out there and all that? But I'm not telling you all that, but this policy dictating that we can't do this and we can't do that. Listen, I'd rather have 11 guys and £5 for a pound a week on the park and give everybody in that stadium who was working a fair wage. But we're trying to say that some people's walking out there with 30 grand a week and we cannot afford to pay somebody who works in a pie stall or somebody who works the door that they go and work in living wage.
And what is the difference? Is it only a few pence? It's not even much, isn't it? No, is it? I'm sure it's about $7.50 or $7.60, and the minimum wage is about $6.80 or something.
But don't get me wrong, mate. I was going to rant earlier on and Twitter. I'm like, no, do you know what? I'm going to wait to some people are.
Is anybody, hold on, Parrot? Can I ask you? Has anybody worked out the actual cost it would be? I mean, how many staff members have we got working there on a minimum wage? And how much is it going to be? I mean, you're probably talking, Parrot, you're probably talking a 30 grand bill for the whole kit and caboodle for a year. You're talking a top player's wage for 1 week would cover it all, probably.
I'll tell you what, when you have his money sitting there getting interest.
Well, interest alone off that would fucking pay for it, I know.
The interest off his transfer fee would pay it, but see half of these spivs, the club employees, cronies that work in the media and all that, can they not take a pay cut? It's absolutely...
Can I ask you, see the ones who are... the ones who are the working for outside sources, would they be getting a retainer? Would they be getting a minimum fair wage or a pay packet, do you reckon? The ones who do the blogs on behalf of the club, do you reckon?
Oh, well, this is the sad thing is, Tommy, and there will be parties and there will be people who maybe. And listen, I'm not meaning, there's data in the chat room, I'm not being flippant or anything, right? If somebody gets a wee turn and gets to a game, great. But the people who toe the party line and blog the right things, fair enough. But it doesn't affect somebody putting a meal on the table. And if you've got the audacity and the cheek to self-serve yourself over the strength of somebody putting a meal on the table, may you rot in hell, whoever you are. And that's how strongly I feel about it, mate. Because there's certain bloggers at it with certain things, and if I don't see totally much, I just feel
fair enough, phone you back, Parrot. Hold on, they're moaning in that chat line. Hold on. Right, was Parrot crackling there? Can you hear him? Was it too crackly just there? I seen a message there. We'll cut off, we'll see if we can get him back on. Yeah, it was 2 minutes from Parrot.
Hello?
Hello?
How you doing, mate? Alright?
Right, everybody out there, let me know if you can hear it, if that line's got better there. You were saying it was crackling, let me know. The line's awake. Letro Glasgow, Una, tell me if the Parrot is clear and good. Nope, you can't hear Parrot now. On you go, try it now, Parrot.
1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1.
Right, so crack on, mate, what were you saying?
I'm not just absolutely appalled, Tommy, a Champions League football club counted by the people who want the stadium, the working wage. And as a Celtic first quarter, can I say there's been one of the few things with Celtic and the can trust. It's the fact that this is an opportunity for Celtic for once to get great PR and you know, do the right thing. Failed miserably. And listen, the people that have got shares that they'll be going to the AGM, they might be defeated over this, but for the love of God, we've thrown spivs and charlatans out the door before, Tommy. It's maybe time to do it again.
But do you think Celtic fans are capable of doing it? It's been 19 years. Has the fighting spirit died in Celtic fans?
Do you know what? I had a day off today, as I said. I had a nice vegetarian meal. I was at the town, and I firstly came into at the time, it was horrific news. The fact how the fans have been treated over the Ajax ticket. You know, the affiliation being given 20 tickets between 60 buses. But at the same time, Celtic came fit to tweet delight for those still seats available, including a match ticket through their travel partner. Right, and obviously that caused a lot of outrage with folks. But to then see, I think it was We Game to Beyond the Waves retweeted it. A fella had actually put up saying that it was like a Tory manifesto, what the club's suggesting at an AGM.
Wait, is there anywhere I can go to get this to see where they're all batting on it? I mean, all the stuff. Is there anywhere at all that I can get this? Anybody? Do you know?
Some good brother, probably Tony Cassidy, will be listening to a big Stuart, will tweet it your way, probably, mate. But as I say, I'd seen something that had been retweeted, and to read that, for the love of God, and listen, there's people in the chat room, there'll be people listening to this going to work tomorrow. Our forefathers, great forefathers, four women, for the love of God, can we not pay somebody to go on wage? You know, there's been players sat at that club in the last 10 years that probably played twice and they're getting £9 a week, and fair play to them, that's a chance you take in life. But for we've got employees on £1 million a year, and that's non-playing staff, to come out saying that.
I hear what you're saying, Parrot, but I'm not disheartened. I don't see. I mean, Facebook is one thing, right?
Tommy,
what are we going to do about it? How are we going to change it? How are we going to get rid of it and do something better?
For me, it's obviously the Celtic twist have kicked in late tonight, and there's been a wee thing over it. And there's a few days now before the Celtic are back in action on Saturday. I would like to see a reaction from all corners. And there's people that are more sympathetic to what happens in the border, and quite rightly so. I'm probably at the other end of the scale, but I think I'd like to think I'm a decent enough man that I would break bread with anybody that would go to town on this charade, because it's impossible, and no right-minded human being, let alone football fan or Celtic fan, more importantly, can back the board over this. I would sell.
There's something even bigger out there, Parrot, you've not even touched on. Almost bigger anyway. Samaras has cut his hair.
It's a fake, mate. It's the pictures come out. It was just a bad angle.
See, there you go, mate. There you go. I mean, that would. I mean, if that's the stuff, it's on. Everybody talking about Samaras' heard on my board instead of discussing the fair wage. You're all sin dive. When I got a hoddies, you're all banned for 5 seconds.
Well, we look what happened. We look what happened in Scottish football to a football team where a dictatorship was running, a policy was running that was advised not to go against it. And maybe a few years into that dictatorship, there was a football team in Glasgow who their supporter base sort of smoked the coffee and woke up and went to town and took task. You know, and it doesn't affect the on-field side of it. But you know, the money's there. Come on, who are we kidding here? We've got more billionaires on our board probably than the Tories have millionaire MPs.
But what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do? How are we going to? Have you got tickets? Can you get into the AGM? Can we disrupt the AGM? Is there not something that we can do to put our case in to get in there?
Well, I'm sure we've got sympathetic people who will be at the AGM. So it'll just be a case of making sure that obviously the Celtic Trust will be there. I've seen that the lads Hugh Morrissey 23rd try to collectively get a group to make sure everybody's read what's going on, mate. But come on, it's absolutely. Honestly, mate, I'm finding myself. I feel like a fan of you for complaining about us no signing players and all that, and they can't give people the working wage at any other club.
So you look at it, right? They've targeted Celtic fans. They've colluded with a police state. They can't pay a working wage. They can't set up a food kitchen, a food shop, a soup kitchen, anything to help the poor of the East End or anybody of Glasgow. They're failing in miserable levels all over the place, and you're right, it does we don't need £5 million players, we just need a bit of bright initiative for Celtic to look after their core constituents, and that's the ordinary fan base.
The very disappointing blog by Paul Brennan the other day in reference to the playing field that Celtic was involved with. We're a multi-million-pound organisation, you know, and if we think back to it, I put a tweet out saying, if it hadn't been for a guy like Turnbull Hutton, God bless him, and the team of Rafe Rovers, actually standing up and saying, no chance, Sevco would have been playing their first season in the SFPL. And that's a guarantee.
I know.
So a club with a lot less resources, a lot less security, probably a club whose hands by mouth every season were willing to put their reputation and their safety and their security on the line. But we're sitting there like the 19-stone 12-year-old, you know, kid get bullied in the classroom. If that wasn't bad enough, you know, it's going to be very interesting what his blog tomorrow will be, because the only people worse than the board are the cronies, the people who are subservient and blog and tweet. And there's guys like Paul Larkin, there's boys like Graham Molson from Beyond the Waves who benefit. They're of the same mindset as me. And the Celtic Trust, the filth and abuse these people get for standing up for what's right. So you're trying to tell me you're willing to walk into that stadium and there's people getting paid less than what the working wage is, but we're paying an executive £989,000 a year.
I know.
Not for me, mate. And listen, any other team, but, you know, let's know Celtic are trying to portray themselves as a Bentley, but they run it like a Skoda. Let's know, get the 1 2 5.
Here. Give me a fucking Skoda all the time. A Skoda before a Bentley. Don't you start. Skodas are a magnificent beast of a motor.
I'm filling up. I love that motor. Getting chauffeured around the Gallagher. They were the days. But no, just absolutely. Listen, I'm not going to stay on long because I've made my point, and hopefully a few folk will come on and cement it and back us up. But absolute outrage, mate. Absolute. Honestly.
Calm down. I'll go and get a Skoda and drive you down and calm you down. We'll rewire the exhaust so it takes the stuff back into the motor, and we'll sedate you with the fumes. We'll sedate you with the fumes, calm you down. Stay calm, brother. Stay calm.
I tell you what, comrade, I'm ready to call a few contacts in and get a NITE palm streak taken in a few offices.
Oh, fucking calm down, stay calm, fuck's sake. Anybody get beneficial herbs to send over to Rutherglen?